So Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Bryce, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Melo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Boogie, man.
To the greatest sports show on the planet, La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say. Hey, when you hear that music drop, you know what time it is, man. It's time for your favorite sports show. The only sports show you watching on Tuesdays. Gas presents sports for the culture. It's your man Bryce XXVII, aka Mr. Big Leaguer, aka the Good Mister. The Good Mister is not gonna lie to you, people. The Good Mister is not gonna lie to you. Who do I want to start with today? But you know who I want to start with? The man that had the audacity to wear that hat after the beatdown he suffered last night. My guy, man, top left. Introduce yourself, sir.
What's up, man? My name's Gruff Lion. Hey, my name's Gruff Lion. Good ass sports. You know me, bro. Your boy Scruff, man. I'm not gonna get too high. I ain't gonna get too low. You feel me? Unlike some people here, bro. You feel me? I stay pretty even killed. Now, up until yesterday, as far as I know, one game just counts for one game, right? One L, that was just one loss, right? And that was just one win, right? So that means there's a lot of atonement for y'all to do to walk the path that we walk, all right? So don't talk to me, all right? Outside this show. Feel me?
No, I don't feel you. I don't know what you talking about over there, my boy.
You can still walk the path of atonement.
Nah, I got you, man. Y'all still sitting, on your high horse, man. 8-1, but y'all had to take that first L. Like the good mister said, it comes at the hands of the Washington Commanders. Let's keep it pushing, man. Bottom left, introduce yourself.
It's your boy D-Melo, and I wear black today because we're all here at the funeral of the once undefeated Philadelphia Eagle. I'm just gonna pile on this shit. No, all jokes aside. Hey, yo, Bryce, you said 2 weeks, 2 weeks ago. Now it's 3 weeks. Kind sir, you only have one more week before you have to give me my goddamn money. So I don't know how you want to do this too. So fuck both you bitch ass motherfuckers. The only asshole here that I can talk to right now is the one to my right.
It's your man T-Boogie, man. I need no introduction. Y'all know what it is. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Head coach, Gas Elite AAU. We back this week. We out Baltimore Saturday. And we got some good things coming. But it's going to be an interesting show, man. I like it. Everybody kind of feisty early. We got some slurs. We got some atonement. I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, T. It's about to be some haymakers thrown tonight. We're going to see who comes out alive in this one. So let's get to it, man. Hold on. Hold up, B. How many times Bryce play that whack-ass Commander theme music? Hey, I'm cranking it all day, bro.
Oh, God.
Who are we? We the Commander. Hey, it's my favorite song right now, bro. Washington football team still 45 games out the playoffs. Actually, we're a half game out the playoffs. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother segment of this show. But so let's talk about last night. As we know, the Washington Commanders went up to Lincoln Financial and handled business versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Interesting game, you know what I mean? Because in the group chat, G said it early. I mean, the Washington Commanders had a sack fumble, right? Turned around, ended up being a quick 6 for the Eagles. But it seemed like as soon as the game started, it's 7-0. And G said, hey, here comes a massacre. You know what I'm saying? And I would be lying if I said, I didn't feel like as a fan, I've seen that story play out before, right? But on the next possession, Washington got the ball, drove it down the field, and you soon saw that Washington was ready for whatever that night, and the Eagles, you know, they couldn't answer it. They couldn't answer the call. And key takeaways, fellas. Key takeaways from that game before we get into specifics. What did you guys leave feeling about the Eagles? What did you leave, you know, feeling about the Commanders? T, I'm starting with you.
I mean, all things being fair, I felt like the Commanders are probably a better team than they've been playing. I'm not saying that they're world beaters, but I think they're more talented than their record would indicate. But I also I feel like the Eagles came into that game flat. Like, I feel like for one team, it was more of a Super Bowl, more of a must win. And for the Eagles, I feel like they kind of on to the next week. You know what I mean? And I thought the play calling wasn't that good. I thought Scott Turner called a great game. But the biggest thing I noticed is it seems like the Commanders seem to believe that they can win with Taylor as opposed to Carson Wentz. It almost looks like Carson Wentz was a bit of a cancer to that locker room. The guys seem to have more energy. They damn sure wouldn't have put no gold chains on Carson Wentz's neck. The team appears to love Heineke, and that's always a good sign when the guy with the keys, he has people that want to play with him and want to play for him. So I think Washington is a team that's going to be sneaky good for the rest of the season. But, Eagles just dropped one, and they'll be all right. They just got to go back, regroup, and refocus. Got a little bit too high too early.
Okay. Yeah, I've said that about Scruff sometimes. Getting a little too high too early. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, man. The Eagles definitely seem like, I don't know if I can agree with you from the beginning of the game, T, because to me it seemed like they came out amped. You know, they came out, got that sack fumble. Everybody was hyping Philly on that sideline. But at halftime, I said in the group chat, I was like, Philly looked defeated at halftime, and it's only halftime. And I think a part of that was, we got to be honest, man. It was a dominating performance by the Commanders as far as like time of possession, total yards, rush yards, pass yards. Like overall, it was a dominating performance in just about every stat category, which is kind of shocking when you're talking about a team that's undefeated and people are talking, with Super Bowl aspirations. G, as you're a fan of another team in this division, so I mean, obviously, big implications in a game like this for you. What were your key takeaways leaving this game?
I have three. The Eagles don't have a run game. The Eagles defense is sus against the run, and the Eagles are not a second half football team. And it's crazy because that's literally that we said this at the game 4 about the Eagles. They're not a second half football team. And if you could hold them to somewhere around 21 points in the first half and you're just down by, if you only have 7 points, you could come back on them. And the fact that the first half, they only scored 14 and only to score 7 points in the fourth quarter, it shows you like these guys are not a second half football team because they have the receiving weapons. They just don't have a legit number one running back. And overall, that team is stacked from defense. It's not a sus defense. You got I'm a Giants fan. I can't say it's sus, but against the run is the kryptonite right now. And they don't have a running game, and then it's about to get cold. We all said this before. Strong run game in the cold might win more football games than none.
Yeah, and that's an interesting part about that. I think I actually said this in the group chat, not to just keep going back to the group chat, but the good mister not gonna lie to you. And I was talking about how the Commanders have a top run defense, and they going against the Eagles, who are the number one rushing offense in the league, and it's really gonna come down to could the Commanders stop the run. And I was less concerned about Jalen Hurts running because those yards are. You ain't stopping those yards, bro. He's either gonna get 50, 80, or 120, bro. like A, B, or C. He's gonna get one of those numbers when it comes to rushing yards, and you're just not gonna stop it, bro. So like, I'm just concerned about them running backs, though. Can we stop the running backs? And if you're able to do that against the Eagles, I feel like you've got a solid chance, and I think that helped the Commanders as well. So before I get into anymore, I want to get to Scruff, man. Eagles fan. Obviously, you guys were coming in on the high horse, as you should too. I mean, 8-0 football team coming into the game. Looked like everything was going right. Had never even trailed, bro, in the second half of a football game. Like, that's wild. You know what I'm saying? Didn't even know what it tasted like to be losing. You know now. What do you think about the game, man? What was your key takeaways?
I mean, y'all are valid here. You know, there's no fraud propaganda going on in any analysis here. You know, which I appreciate that. You know, good, thorough, wholesome gas network, man. We keep it 100 over here. So, G, man, you hit it on the point, but I will elaborate on your points. You make some valid points, right? The run defense was the first thing I looked at in that game and saw that as an issue. Do I think that we have a bad run defense? No. But do I think that the injury of Jordan Davis is proving to be more of a factor than I initially thought it was? Absolutely. Might be time to take the shrink wrap off Nakobe Dean. You know, I mean, we need a little help in the middle right now. We need to fortify the middle of that defense. Jordan Davis was a big part of the reason we was able to stop those teams in the run early on, and we got tested. We couldn't stop nobody. Robinson put the whole defense on his back yesterday, and he wouldn't have been able to put Jordan Davis on his back. That's all I know. So there's that. And as far as the stopping of the run game, that was a good point, Bryce, because the stopping of the run game was critical in stopping the whole offense, right? But I also feel like a lot of it came down to, and it's crazy because one thing about Philly, the Eagles, is like no matter who's the head coach, it's like a spirit in the building or something that like whenever we start getting good, we just abandon the run. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what it was, what the memo was, because I would tell you as a Miles Sanders fantasy owner, I'm like, hey, where's Miles Sanders all half? I just need Miles Sanders to give me 5 points so I can win in the Gas Fantasy League for all hell, man. So I'm at least at least they gave him the rock in the third, but it was far too late at that point, man. And then my biggest takeaway is the refs, man. The refs was the biggest takeaway for me. So despite the fact that the Commanders play good run defense, the Commanders actually we could not stop the run. Taylor Heineke did infuse life in the team, but he didn't infuse any touchdowns. But I'll say that you know, the refs. That was really the biggest thing. It was still a close game despite that. End of the second quarter, or was it the end of the third when there was that face mask? That face mask. First of all, this guy face masked him to the ground, bruh. Face masked him to the ground so bad that he has a shoulder injury. He's gonna be out for a couple weeks. Face masked the man to the ground, causing the fumble, bruh. And not only that, first of all, they had the audacity to play with my heart and put a touchdown on the board. First of all, super audacity.
That should have stood. That touchdown should have stood.
Super audacity, bruh, for them to call it a touchdown, bruh. And then they had to run it back. And then they did some bullshit. And shouldn't even had the ball. Shouldn't even had the ball. Let's stop the first of all. Face mask, personal foul on the defense, 15-yard penalty. Give me the ball back, man. That's what it should have been. But somehow they ended up keeping the fumble, and then y'all ended up getting 3 points off of that joint. And y'all, I'm saying, y'all kept that little trick, the little trickery alive. And then that fumble that we had with Quez Watkins was a bonehead play. And you know, ain't nothing wrong, ain't nothing with the refs with that. But technically, I think he was I think technically he was down though. I think he was down on the knee. I think he was technically down on the knee.
Y'all go with this bug, man.
I think definitely. But either way, that face mask, bro, that shit would have been assault in the streets, bro. Crazy.
Hey, look, I'll say this.
You don't do that shit where I'm from.
The refs were not great last night, but it definitely went both ways. Y'all were spotted your first 6 points by a phantom pass interference call. My man was just strapping out there. My man was just strapping out there, and they decided, he strapped a little too hard. So went ahead and threw the flag.
Look,
G,
man.
I think you muted, G.
Bryce, I'm not gonna lie to you. You should have placed that bet, but then again, you
I
might
should
have
have
would have.
placed the
You would
bet.
have. You probably would have jinxed yourself. We talked about this, ladies and gentlemen. Me and Bryce,
Man,
I
G
love.
didn't talk
I
about
don't mind gambling, but I got the phone call. My boy told me about some little props. I was like, my man, gotta hold back. You don't want to jinx yourself.
I was about to dump money on the AJ Brown over under receiving yards. I just knew he wasn't going to hit that, and I was like, let me call G because every now and again before I bet or before he bets, we call each other and just run them by, get a second opinion, a second non-biased opinion because nobody's more non-biased with your money than someone else. You feel me? Someone else
Yes.
gonna look at your money and be like, I don't give a damn about this money. They gonna give you all the way honest opinions. So that's what we do. And G was like, look, bro, I wouldn't do it just because it's your team. And you don't want to be double rooting for something tonight. And I'm like, you know what? You're right, bro.
That's true.
And I pulled the bet, but should have never done that. So next time G tells me to pull a bet, that's going to be a code word for double down.
He said, "Go all in, baby, all in." What is the Raiders win, baby, win? Al Davis,
Nah, but
just win, baby.
Getting back to the Commanders one more time, though, man. Commanders and Eagles game. I think, and I've been saying it all year, it's a long season, man. It's a long season. I think back to the time we did the same thing to the Steelers once upon a time. Steelers came into FedEx Field. They were 11-0. We beat them, and they went downhill from there. Ended up losing first round of wild card game. I'm not saying that's the fate for the Eagles, but it's a long season, man. And I think the division's a lot more open than it may look at the moment. And I think there's a blueprint out now to beat the Eagles, and I think it's a pretty simple one. And I think the first team to expose it was the Texans. But I think you can run the ball on the Eagles. I think it's proven. I mean, Dameon Pierce was looking like a Pro Bowler against the Eagles, like a no question Pro Bowl. He was cooking y'all. And then the next week, the Commanders ran the ball 43 times, and y'all couldn't get off the field. Like, that's an indictment, bro, on the team, if you ask me. And I think it's a weakness.
I really think the Eagles got outcoached in that game. I don't think the Eagles were expecting the Commanders to come out and play a bunch of 2 and 3 tight end sets. Like, they came out purposely to run the ball, and this has been a team that all season has been coming out 2 and 3 wide every down, and now they're coming out power run. We're getting downhill. We got a big back. Eagles. I don't think the Eagles game plan for that. And then on the flip side, I've seen the Eagles kill people with a ton of RPO. They didn't even try.
They didn't do none of that shit. You right.
They didn't even try it, which I'm not sure what they saw on film to say we don't need to use our RPO offense, but like
that was the best thing we've been doing all season.
I was going to say that's been money. Hurts has been killing with the RPO. They chopped Dallas up with it.
Yeah. They killed Michael Parsons with that shit.
There was a solid amount of RPO though, because there was a couple of random eligible man downfield calls. Whenever I hear those, I know it's probably an RPO that went wrong.
Eagles were 80, 85, 90% RPOs in some of these games.
But you know what happens though, bro? You can't do the RPO when the situation is dictating P. It's no R, bro. It's just P. You gotta pass. You gotta pass. We took away the R from y'all, bro. We stopped the R early, so now all you got is P left. And when all you got is P left with the Eagles, this is the formula, bro. When all is left is the pass for the Eagles, bro, and they only gonna have a few possessions. I didn't see that accuracy you want out of a starting quarterback, bro. Out of a franchise guy that you're supposed to be going to Super Bowl with.
Well, it didn't look like Hurts is the guy yet to throw a team back into a game, right? But he's still young, he's still raw, and also, like you said, some of those past situations are the perfect time to call runs. I just watched Brady on a 3rd and 9 kill the play and hand the ball off for an 11-yard run. Like, as a quarterback, you got to be able to pre-snap, and I praise Hurts pre-snap all season, but I just feel like the Eagles weren't really clicking. But it's not the end of the Eagles. It's not the end by far.
It's definitely not the end, but I would say you know, like I said, it's solid. We had a solid point here. The run game, the run defense is going to be something that we'll keep an eye on. We got the Colts next week. Not exactly a great team. Definitely have a great running back. And we got the Packers next week after that. Not exactly a great team, but they have two great running backs. Well, not two great running backs. Two really good running backs. And then the Titans after that. Jordan Davis is going to miss at least the next 2 games. So that boy back ASAP, bro.
Y'all going
Titans
to get
after
straight
that.
runners.
If they, yeah, bro, seriously, we going to do a run, bro. We going to do a
ugly.
hell of a.
It can get ugly. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, word. Y'all going
You
against
know what I say?
the 4 teams with the 4 best running backs.
They're going against the 4 teams with the 4 best running games, and they just got exposed pretty much for not being able to stop the run. You know all 4 of them teams about to run, especially the Colts, bro. Take the over on Jonathan Taylor next week. Trust me.
What is it?
Like I might take.
It's
I don't
probably
know, but I'm gonna
70,
look it up.
72 yards or something,
I'll
but I'm
take
taking it.
But
I'm taking on Jonathan Taylor.
real talk though, bro. Like,
Okay.
Wait, what you just said, T?
I'm taking the under because I'm gonna force Matt Ryan and whoever else is out there to beat me. Like
T, that's the thing. That they can't do that.
Do
bro.
that.
That's what I'm getting at. They're not capable, bro.
My man just said he don't
run
have.
on them, bro. Like they,
when you got corners that can play, you can stack the box.
bro. 12. Is this a real stat? 12.
No, but he's
99 yards on the Eagles this month.
No way.
I hope that's not just running. Okay.
No.
I don't know what that is.
If that's
a lot of
running,
yards
Jesus
for a run
Christ.
than anything, bro. Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Eagles
That means
defense out there
quarterback
getting
and
gassed
running.
in the run
Jesus
game, bro.
Christ.
Trying to tell you.
I got a question though. Was it me or did AJ Brown get hurt during that game?
AJ Brown did get hurt, and he came up limp one time, like an ankle or something like he had misstepped at one point.
Oh, his prediction got there, but that's a hell of a prediction, my boy. But I think he did get hurt. I think AJ Brown was just in as a decoy because normally he could beat double coverage, and he was just there like, he would snag the ball. He was just remember that one interference that you guys got.
Yeah.
Normally he would win that play.
Hey, well, I'll tell you one thing. I said I would have took the under on AJ Brown, but Terry McLaurin, bro, he showed why. You know what I'm saying? He is a premier receiver in the NFC, and debatably the best receiver in the NFC East. Because when the lights were the brightest against the other, top-notch receiver in the NFC East, only one of them really showed up like a top-notch guy. And quietly, Terry McLaurin is top 7 in receiving yards in the league right now. And if you look at the names over him, it's nothing but elite. And Terry McLaurin's doing it with the quarterback situation he's got. So shout out to Terry, man. That's that dude.
Hey, let me say one last thing on this whole Eagles Commanders thing. Hey, I'd rather be tested. You feel me? I'm actually glad that the Eagles lost yesterday because it's going to keep us honest, bro. Feel me? We got punched in the mouth yesterday, like AJ Brown said. How you gonna react? Nah, how you gonna react? And say now we seen what our weaknesses is. Now you know what time it is. Now you know what our weaknesses is. Run defense is a problem. We got our big boy out. They gonna be running right at us. I love it.
Yeah, they're gonna be running right at y'all, bro. Absolutely.
No, I love it.
Absolutely. We'll see if y'all can stop it, man.
I'm not here to not be. We're not here to not be tested. You great and you not tested. You're not great. You're only great when you're tested, bro.
Well, it'll be interesting to see at the end of the season. NFL season is the war of attrition, so we'll see who will last. And speaking of war of attrition, there was a game over the weekend that literally was a war of attrition to the very end. I mean, it was who was going to last, who can outlast the other, who can make the least mistakes, it was probably, I'd say, the best game of the year. And in the last 2 years, the only game I can think that's better is probably that Chiefs Bills game from last year.
Oh,
and I'm talking about that that Bills versus Vikings, bro. That Bills versus Vikings game was the best game since Chiefs versus Bills last year, man. That game was unbelievable, man. It had everything you want, bro. Like from dimes dropped by quarterbacks. I mean, Kirk Cousins dropping dimes with his eyes closed. Josh Allen, man, the dude arm strength is ridiculous. Big time receiver showing up, Stephon Diggs showing up, Justin Jefferson making out of this
Godly
world
play.
plays, bro. Yeah, bro, like just next, bro. That one arm one was just crazy, man. And then then big time mistakes in clutch moments. You know what I mean? Like the kneel down. I'm sorry, not the kneel down. When Josh Allen fumbled the ball for the kneel down, like the game's over if he just gets a clean snap. But instead, he finds himself on the end of the losing end of an overtime game once again. And I want to hear what you guys thought about. I want to start on this one. I want to start with Josh Allen, man. Because like I just mentioned, this Josh Allen has never won an overtime game. He's now 0-4. And they always seem to go in dramatic fashion. You know what I'm saying? It's never like a normal loss. It's always something super wild, bro. And what does this say about Josh Allen to you guys as we start talking about these elite quarterbacks like we always do? Like, do games like this affect his standing amongst those ranks for you? Or is it just like, yo, this is just some fluke shit that happened? G, I'm going to start with you.
I'm gonna say I was impressed by Josh Allen. To me, this legitimately proved him that he's one of those top 5 quarterbacks in the league with 38 seconds, and you got to be scared of the guy because he could do literally with 38 seconds. Not too many quarterbacks could take you down the field, and he was able to do that with 38 seconds, even after
with no timeouts, no timeouts,
and having to come back and play against. I don't blame this loss on Josh Allen. I blame it on that defense. That defense is why the Bills are never going to the Super Bowl. I said it here first. This is why I said Miami to the Super Bowl, baby. And so far, I'm looking like T. Call me Reyes Ostradamus or whatever the fuck that man's name is. I'm here for all the shenanigans. I said Miami, and now look at me. Me and Tua, I'm about to get his name tatted on my left ass cheek if he go to the and win the Super Bowl. But to put Tua on my left cheek, mama, I did it. But no, all jokes aside, like I blame this on the defense. That defense, you mean to tell me you guys, a former Kirk Cousin lover, and now a Kirk Cousin hater. I don't need Kirk Cousin. I got Heineke. I got Wentz. And we're going to say here that Bills defense can't stop Kirk Cousins? Like, I blame that defense. That defense got in their own way again. This shouldn't fall on Josh Allen. This needs to fall on that defense. That defense is the reason why they're never going to go to the Super Bowl with this great talent that they have. Because they need a running back. Clearly, they need a running back. They have 2 great receivers. It's just that defense.
Nah, you make a good point though, which is strange because like the Bills, as Josh Allen was kind of ascending, they were known for the defense. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like now that he's gotten to where he's at, now the defense is kind of trash. They did lose their big time contributor to their secondary early, right? Micah Hyde is it Hyde that's out for the season? I believe.
I think so.
Yeah, I know they had some big time losses early in the season, that secondary, and that's going to affect any defense. But yeah, you make a good point, man. That defense hasn't looked sharp, and that's dating back to last year and some of those high scoring games they had. And you're right, man. 38 seconds with no timeout. Not many quarterbacks can make something happen like that. There's a very select few, and I think I agree with you, G. Based off that, I put Josh Allen in that elite company. Scruff, what do you think about that Vikings? And for the record, G, I always wanted the Commanders to re-sign Kirk Cousins, bro. Don't do me like that. Scruff, what'd you think about that game, man?
I mean, I'll answer the question about Josh Allen, man. Josh Allen is great. I think we could determine that based on the game, like you said. He took it down a drive. He put himself in a territory only great quarterbacks can put themselves in. But when you're great, the only thing that could beat you is yourself, you know, and that's what happened, in my opinion. He beat himself. He threw the ball to the other team, and that's not an indictment on him. That shit happens, you know, especially when you live by the gun, you die by the gun. He's slanging that thing, you know what I'm saying? Slang that thing a couple times. One of them things gonna sling right. Might just be an interception, bro.
Pause.
You know Hey, word though. Nah, word though. You slanging that thing. You better wear protection. That's all I'm saying. It's dangerous out here, Josh Allen, and that's what happened. You live a dangerous lifestyle. Josh Allen. That's all that is, though. It's all that is. The ball great though. Should it count against him? It will count against him. When it comes to the MVP race, I believe that when he threw that interception in crunch time, he threw away the MVP. That was the MVP. I've seen it running the other opposite way. I was like, oh, there it goes. MVP is out of the way because, and I'll tell you this, and I'll bring back this comment because this is an educated comment here by, an educated fan. Allen is not Mahomes. He is not Mahomes. And the media does have to stop doing that shit. Because what the thing is, bro, they wanted to give it to Mahomes. They wanted to give it to Allen so bad. They gassing this boy up all season, bro. But now if you want to give it to Allen, at this point, you got to give it to the Jets. Like, you got to give it to a lot of people. Because, the Jets have a better record than the Bills right now, bro. Josh Allen is no longer your MVP.
No, same record.
Whatever. Josh Allen is no longer your MVP. Because half of them wins came from Joe Flacco. All right?
Come on, bro. You think I can't take Josh Allen out of MVP consideration?
Considerations, yes, but he is no longer the front runner for MVP. And let me get to what I'm about to say. The front runner for MVP should be Patrick Mahomes. And you know what?
Yes.
I believe it's to the point where Patrick Mahomes has become, and again, when you're great, the only thing that can beat you is yourself. So here it is with Patrick. Patrick is so great now, and this happened to Kobe, this happened to LeBron, this happened to Jordan. You're so great that it's like people not even looking for you in the MVP conversation. It's like you gotta do something extraordinary to even win it, even though you're clearly the best player on in the game. So I mean, Patrick's the MVP in my opinion, and you can put Allen and Hurts in these other situations. Well, we've seen what happened. These guys, man, these guys ain't standing up, and that counts in these situations. Are they done? Nah. Josh Allen will be better for that experience. Jalen Hurts will be better for his experience. But right now, Patrick's the best quarterback in the league, and he's an MVP.
I mean, I can't disagree with you. You make some compelling points right there, bro. Like, yeah. I think I agree with most everything you said. Patrick Mahomes is definitely better than Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's the second guy after him, but I think it's a clear-cut 1 and 2. I don't think it's 1A, 1B, bro. I think it's 1, then 2. And Pat Mahomes got the top spot.
And Tua is playing definitely some of the best quarterback in the league.
Tua, yes, but Tua doesn't have sustained success for me to put him on that level with those guys. But Mahomes, and you make a solid point, bro. And good point though. Good point. Mahomes was supposed to struggle without Tyreek, and Mahomes' weapons. I mean, he got Kelsey, but he got Kelsey. He's legit. But I mean, it's not like Mahomes got a crazy plethora of weapons. I guess him and Josh Allen kind of in the same boat, like in that regard. I mean, they're kind of in the same boat. Similar weapons.
I was gonna say Mahomes has enough weapons, bro. He has enough help. He has more help than the average quarterback. And he has weapons.
Let's put it like this, bro. A lot of the weapons that Mahomes has really wasn't shit on their last team. And I don't mean wasn't shit. I just mean like, all right, Sammy Watkins. Not Sammy Watkins. I'm sorry. What's my boy's name? Marquez Valdez-Scantling, right?
Right.
If he was any good, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers would have kept that man because they really need receiver help. So somehow he escaped from Green Bay from a team that needs the most receiver help in the league, right? All right, so the other guy, Kadarius Toney, he was exiled from New York. He's got skill. He's got talent. We're going to see if he can put it together for a sustained amount of time. And then third dude, Juju. What was Juju do? My man called him boo-boo shit shoes. That's terrible.
Nah, but he's good. He's doing good.
Terrible, bro. But Juju wasn't doing nothing last year. Let's be honest, bro. He's trying to revive it. He's trying to get back right with Pat Mahomes. And then everybody else is just a youngster around that Pat Mahomes got. Everybody else is a youngster or someone that's coming off catastrophic injuries. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't really have any primetime weapons outside of Kelsey. And it seems like every week, the most impressive part is it seems like every week it's a new leading receiver for the Chiefs, bro. Like 1 week it's Valdez Scantling, 1 week it's Juju, 1 week Sky Moore got a few receptions, 1 week it's like Pacheco's catching crazy passes out the backfield. It's like, yo, he's doing it in a lot of different ways, man. I think like Jordy Foster, Jordy Forston, backup tight end catching touchdowns. Like they doing all sorts of stuff over there. And once you see a guy distributing the ball like that, you know he's really in his bag. T, what was your takeaway, man, with Josh Allen, bro? Where are we ranking Josh Allen right now? Where we thinking of him, following that L?
I mean, he's up there with Mahomes. He's just not. I mean, it's a 1A, 1B situation. He doesn't have the experience. And Allen's out there playing hero ball. I mean, and that's the biggest issue with his game. That's the biggest flaw, right? If you can find one, he's out there trying to do it all. Like you said, you see Mahomes. He's wheeling and dealing. He's dishing out. Allen is Diggs, maybe Gabriel, or bust. He's putting his head down. He's running into defenders. He's arguably, if he goes down, they don't really have a shot. So to be running around, running through tackles, fighting and things like that. But he's taking a lot of hits. And that's not good for the longevity of the team. It's not good for a quarterback in general. And that interception he threw was absolutely hero ball. Like red zone interceptions, that's on you. QB, that's on you. Coach didn't make you throw it. The receiver didn't make you throw it. That's on you. And he's young. He's still learning. So I think he'll eventually get to where Mahomes is at, but Mahomes will probably keep growing as well. But it's definitely a 1A, 1B situation or a 1 and 2. He's definitely up there. He's arm talent ridiculous. He's a playmaker, but he's gotta know when to make plays and know when to, sometimes you gotta punt that thing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta take the points, kick the field goal. But I'm not dropping him because of that game. But he's the reason the Vikings were in that game. Bills gave that game away. Vikings didn't win that game. I mean, I know Jefferson made a couple great plays, but center and quarterback exchange fumble. That's on the center and the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You threw an end zone and then you fumbled in the end zone. You threw a red zone turnover, then you fumbled in the red zone. That game's on the quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, hard to argue with that. And to your point about Josh Allen, 1A, 1B, I feel you. I mean, I look at it 1, 2, but I feel you. That's the pecking order right now when it comes to quarterbacks. I think you brought up a really good point, man, with the hits Josh Allen takes, bro. And it's not just that, like, he takes hits, but it's almost like he's seeking out a lot of contact, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's looking for contact on plays where it's not really necessary, bro. And, like you said, man, longevity of a quarterback. Let's put it like this. That was Lamar Jackson taking those hits. We would hear about it. For some reason, they don't talk about it. When Josh Allen does it, he gets praised for it. You know what I'm saying? Which is just, it's strange, strange right there.
Think about it, right? Allen is what? Probably 6'5", 235. Derrick Henry's probably what? 6'4", 240. So, I mean, he's a big guy, but Derrick Henry don't got to throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? Derrick Henry don't got to think in the huddle. When your arm hurt, when your wrist hurt, when your knee hurt, you got to go out there and go through progressions. It's just not good. Running backs got a short shelf life. So as a quarterback, exposing yourself to that type of contact, it's just no one. It's not going to help the Buffalo Bills. If I'm a fan, I'm concerned.
Agreed. I agree 100%. That's something that Josh Allen got to fix. And you also started talking about the Vikings just a little bit in your explanation. So let's get into them real quick before we leave this topic, man. As far as the Vikings go, like I already said, Kirk Cousins was making some incredible passes, bro. Seeing like a couple of them things, his eyes was closed. The receiver hadn't got out of his break yet, and he was just tossing them Jones up, and they coming down with the passes, especially that boy Justin Jefferson. Rome was the first person I'd ever heard say it. He picked the Vikings to win the Super Bowl. At the time, I laughed at that, man. But damn, was Rome on to something, bro? Because as the weeks go by, I'm like, damn, Rome might have saw something that was way more obvious than we realized. They've got top 10 quarterback. They've got a top 5 receiver, a top 5 running back. top 10 defense year in, year out. Like, what were we all missing? Like, how did we miss this perfect storm that Rome seemed to predict so easily? And are they legit, or just as a flash in the pan for right now? Like, are they going to, end up emerging as that top team in the NFC? It's still early in the season. On this one, let's start with Scruff. Let's start with you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see everyone lining up to the stands to give Kirk Cousins and the Vikings their flowers. So I wonder why that is. I agree, Bryce. I think that's a good question. I will not run to the stands and give them their flowers because, the same false pride that, that you had earlier about your team is the same way I feel about Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Because I remember vividly not too many Mondays ago, I was chugging some Blue Moons with G, watching Kirk Cousins throw pick sixes and the horrible Monday night performance for Kirk Cousins. And I've seen that show way too many times for me to say with my good word that I did this, because I did correctly predict Matt Stafford go to the Super Bowl. You feel me? That I'm going to say here with my good reputation that Kirk Cousins is going to go to the Super Bowl and they're going to win the NFC. I'm not going to go crazy like that. But I do see what Rome was trying to look at. You feel me? Because in the beginning of the season, it's like you could see things, you could kind of see things, and you could like try to put it together. So I see that. You're squinting hard enough. I think that John looks like a pretty good, solid take right there. But it's not. It's not going to happen for the Vikings, bro. It's not going to happen for the Vikings. Thank God. I would say Kirk Cousins, he need to. I don't know if Justin Jefferson got his big contract yet, but I don't think Justin Jefferson needs to be paying for no meals around Kirk Cousins. All right? I don't think so. Because the way he was throwing the ball up in the air to the other team and Justin Jefferson was intercepting the ball, I know damn well that Justin Jefferson better not be paying for no meals around in Minnesota or anywhere near Kirk. Feel me? And Kirk need to put a shirt on because that shit's not cool. And that's all I have to say about the Vikings.
What's Kirk doing? This is Kirk, man. Kirk is loving it, bro. He's loving it. Nah, man. Justin Jefferson bailing that man out for sure.
He bailed him out, right? Because the ball was in his hand.
There were some good passes too, but like the one that Justin Jefferson one-armed that jump, that was not that great of a pass. That was just way better of a catch, bro. And that was honestly, it looked like it was going to be picked. It looked like it was an easy pick, and Justin Jefferson just snatched that jump, man. Unbelievable play. T, what we thinking about the Vikings, man? Are they a legit threat? Or, are they going to be there at the end? What you think, bro?
I think the Vikings are a team that's going to play teams tough come playoff time. It's probably a team that teams won't really want to play because they got a bunch of ways to beat you, and now they got TJ Hawkinson. You know what I'm saying? And Kirk is really skilled at finding matchups. And when Kirk plays on schedule, and there's no holding and no plays for loss, like he's one of the best in the league. I think he's the best game manager out there. And I think that's part of the question, right? You asked, why didn't people see this coming? Is because people see Kirk Cousins as a game manager. People, when you hear Kirk Cousins, you don't think Super Bowl quarterback. When you think Minnesota Vikings, some franchises, it's just hard to swallow with some franchises. You know what I'm saying? Same reason people didn't see the Bengals coming last year. Certain franchises, you just don't believe it, right? When other franchises get hot, you start talking Super Bowl. When the guys they're not used to being there, get hot, it's like, flash in the pan. There's a letdown coming. You're waiting for the shoe to drop. I don't think the shoe's going to drop for the Vikings. And they very well could make a run to the playoffs. They got everything you need. But, NFC is a mixed bag right now. I don't think there's a front runner, to be honest with you. I mean, you want to throw the Eagles out there, but I don't think there's a front runner. And I don't know. I wouldn't put my money on the Vikings, but I wouldn't put my money on them to lose either. So.
Yeah. You make it. Damn, I ain't even thinking about it like that. Is there a front runner in the NFC? I think you're right, bro. I think after that Eagles L, it's hard for me to call them a front runner. Like, I mean, it's almost like it probably. If I had to say who's the strongest, I'd probably still say them. But Damn, I don't look at them as a front runner anymore. Hard to view them as that.
Anybody could beat anybody, bro. That's the thing.
Any given Sunday.
Right.
And it's a game of matchups, but you know, how do you match up against the Vikings, right? They can really hand the ball off, and you know.
So if the Vikings play the 49ers in the playoffs, I would go with the 49ers.
Well,
I'm going with the Vikings.
I don't think the Vikings are. I've already told you my theory with the 49ers. If your quarterback can't run, we're going to beat you. That's just
so. There you go.
Our Kirk is if your guy sits in the pocket and we can just rush to that one spot, I think the 49ers are absolutely going to beat you. Now, if you got a quarterback like a Taylor Heineke, might can give us trouble, right? He can get out the pocket, he can move, he can create a little bit. That's not what you're going to get from Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? You know what he's going to do. He's going to stand and deliver, and we got a pass rush we can get to him. I think it's a bad matchup for the Vikings. But yeah, I don't know.
T, you actually just brought you brought me to my next question, man. You brought me to my next question because, you know, looking across the league, we've had some pretty impressive performances, I think, by some young players over the last few weeks, man. And one player I want to kind of single out with some impressive performances is my guy Justin Fields, man. Because I feel like, and you brought up running quarterbacks. This is what kind of made me, you know, bring this point up. I feel like Justin Fields is one of them guys, bro, that in the pre-draft process kind of got a bad deal. He got dealt a bad hand, I felt like, right? And I think he was given a raw deal his first year too. I mean, like, you know what I mean? People was kind of counting this guy out, and now it's clear that he's the best quarterback from that class, right? And so I want to play a quick game, man. I call this game "Would You Rather." So the topic player is Justin Fields, man. Pretty much, man. You guys have to keep Justin Fields in your mind. I'm gonna run off a list of 5 or so quarterbacks, and you got to tell me if you'd rather take that quarterback or if you'd rather take Justin Fields. So just give me the last name, you know, either Fields or the quarterback. Let me get this banner popping real quick, man. We call this one "Would You Rather," and this one's Justin Fields edition. So let's get it popping. Who wants to start this game off, man?
Hold on, before you go, before y'all change the conversation, but my opinion about the Vikings, if it's a 1:00 game, you bet on the Vikings. 4:00 game is a 50-50. Primetime game, go against the Vikings. You're going to win. And this is from a gambler's opinion, baby. So unless those Super Bowls and those playoff games are 1:00 or 4:00 game, I'm not touching the Viking. But go ahead, start the topic.
Hey, G, you're a smart man, bro. I'm gonna write that one down. And G, we start with you on this game, G. So I'm gonna give you a quarterback. You either list that quarterback or you give me Fields, man. If you whoever you'd rather have moving forward. All right. So first name, G. Daniel Jones.
Hold my nuts, but I'm taking Fields.
That was funny as hell.
Joe Burrow.
Oh, fuck.
It's still on G?
Yeah, still on G.
Oh, damn. I can't stay in the middle?
Oh, give me an answer, man. Come on, time's up.
Serious?
Oh, I'm going to say Fields.
Wow.
I like it. Kyler Murray.
Oh, Fields all day.
Wow.
All right. Well, I know what the last answer is. Last but not least, Mac Jones.
Fields, damn.
All right. Moving on. Next person, man. Would you rather Justin Fields? T. It's on you, sir. Now this game goes. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G.
Trey Lance.
Fields.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Wow. That's crazy.
I'm surprised.
Wow.
All right. And last but not least, Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford. Like,
All right. All right, man. Hey, you
I
know.
don't understand the hype train, but go ahead, keep going.
Yeah,
All right, that was it. Solid answers. Last but not least, Scruff, we moving to you, sir.
All right.
First, Justin Herbert.
Give me Justin Herbert.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua. Give me Tua.
Pronounce the whole name, Nick. Pronounce the whole name.
Tagovailoa. Tagovailoa.
Hold on, hey, my man got a speech impediment when it comes to that name. Dak Prescott.
This is just for this year, or what are we talking about?
Bruh, moving forward, bro. Dak Prescott.
Justin Fields.
And last but not least, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
You crazy, boy. You crazy. Hey, man.
Nah, you crazy. Y'all boys crazy, bro. This man couldn't get nothing popping until like 3 weeks ago, and now he done had a couple grands where he's going crazy, and y'all acting like G's had a couple crazy ones. You said Joe Burrow? You about to have him than Joe Burrow? You out of your mind.
Joe Burrow's injury prone, my boy. He's injury prone, and this kid has yet to get hurt.
Hey, look, bro. I ain't gonna hold y'all, bro. Justin Fields done showed me something these last few weeks, bro.
With a subpar receiving crew and running backs that want to play games here and there, I don't know, man. He's been going nutty.
Bro, your man got like 7 touchdowns, 1 pick over the last 3 games. He's running for over like 150 a game in this span, bro. Man's going crazy right now.
Wait, over
bro.
150 a game?
Yeah, the rushing been the key.
He been rushing crazy.
Holy
like, bro, he been going like, bro. Justin Fields looking like a cheat code out there, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you did not pick up Justin Fields in your waiver wires, oh my God, I hope you don't have to see him.
No bull,
No, but
bro.
that's the difference with him. I think that's the difference of why he's feeling more confident right now. Is like, it's like a dude like you would think this man was slow up until 3 weeks ago.
Well, the Bears changed their offense to
Right.
design more runs, more rollouts, more plays where he can use his natural gifts. I don't know what took them so long, but they're catering the offense to him, and it's paying off. But you're not gonna look, bro. You're not gonna impress me at the quarterback position by running really fast. I'm sorry.
But you just said to beat your defense, you got to run.
Yeah, the Bears did beat us.
Already?
Yes,
And that was when Justin Fields wasn't even playing well.
the
For real.
Bears. Did
No bull, bro. That's when Justin Fields was on mid-tier level.
And you mean the
I know my team. We can rush to a spot, but if your quarterback can manipulate that pocket, we're not going to get him.
All right, but can we give him some credit though, man? The Bears literally said, "Fuck you. We're taking everything from you. Go have fun." Because literally the Bears just said, "We're gonna rebuild," and they threw this guy with like nothing, new coach, and you go think about it. The Bears are now trying to play catch up to the Eagles in the sense of how to run their schemes.
Look, I'm just
They're
waiting.
playing like everybody tough right now too, man. That's the other thing. You know, they really playing. They playing tough football. They just a few pieces away from being, you know.
Oh no! Don't say a few. Don't say a few. A whole
They're
team.
many.
Away.
They're many pieces away, but
They
you know, I think they
biggest
got
piece
one
that matters,
field,
bro.
bro.
They got the biggest piece that matters. Like if you build
I
a
don't
championship team, right? If you build a championship team, right? You want to have a good quarterback, bro. That's like the biggest stake on you. Like it's like, you know, I apologize to the vegans, but that's like putting a big steak on your plate, bro. Like them niggas is gonna eat over there, bro. They might not have the vegetables yet and the carbs and the mashed potatoes, all that, whatever stuffing. But they don't got
Ronnie
none of that.
Coleman says you don't need veggies to get strong, so they'll be fine.
They got the steak though. They got the big steak on the table. Justin Fields, he there.
Have one offensive player that's going to go somewhere else and start. Like,
Nah, not really.
I mean, Chicago's not a bad look though, so it's not like he's going to be playing in the Midwest. Or in the mid, he isn't. But Chicago ain't a bad city. It's a prime city.
Bro,
Who wouldn't?
right now, Justin Fields looks better than Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and Trey Lance, if you ask me.
well, Trey Lance
He-
played,
I agree with that.
but
Trey Lance has played enough for me to say that Justin Fields looks better.
I think Trey Lance is a better thrower of the football. But one thing that Justin Fields,
No, he's not. You don't believe that shit.
He might be a better thrower of the football in practice, but in the NFL games, he hasn't been a better thrower of the football. They've been about even.
He said practice. You're an asshole.
I just watched Justin Fields throw the ball to the wrong team. Like, it was a crazy play. Like, I don't know what he was doing, bro. Like, he's the reason that game was even close. Like, he's the reason that they won, but he's also the reason that game was even close.
So do we not think that Justin Fields is the best quarterback to come out of that class, though?
In that class, I think he's the best quarterback by edge. But Trevor Lawrence he could catch up. You want to say Zach?
I would say he's past Mac Jones as of this season.
Zach don't have.
Mac Jones to me was the top one coming into this season. He was the top guy.
Entering this season.
As of this year, I think he's past Mac Jones. I think he's past Trevor Lawrence. I think he's past Zach Wilson. I think he's past Trey Lance.
Bro,
the one that I struggle with is Davis Mills.
What?
No. Look, this
is he from 21 too? Isn't he from 21 draft?
I don't even know when he's drafted because he's not that good to me.
2 years ago, he was drafted 2 years ago. That was his rookie season.
Right?
I like Mills. I like Mills.
Yeah, he's the only one. I'm not sure if Fields has surpassed him yet. Bro.
Mills looks
he's better than Mills, bro.
If you think about it, out of that whole draft class, the only quarterback that has weapons is Trevor Lawrence, the Golden Boy. Like, he's the only guy that has legit weapons and can't find a way to win.
I mean, Trey Lance had hella weapons, bro. What are you talking about?
Trey Lance
no, he don't.
What do you mean? No, he don't.
Oh yeah, now he does. Yeah, he does. He does.
Trey Lance didn't play.
Wait, who's the one that has all these weapons? Who is it?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has a lot of weapons. You think Christian Kirk's a weapon?
He has the
barely.
No, that's messed up. Shout out to Christian Kirk, bro.
No, the fuck, he don't believe that shit. Fuck you, Christian Kirk. I say for him.
Christian Kirk will be the best receiver on the Bears. He will be the best receiver in New England, and he will be the best receiver on the Jets. And he will be the best receiver. He will arguably
be the best receiver on the Jets, bro. Nah, I'm stopping that.
Wait. Hold on, bro. I think we might be sizing Christian Kirk, but I see what you're getting at, bro.
Arguably the best receiver on the Bears, but word.
I don't think he'd be the best receiver on. I like Darnell Mooney, but I feel you.
But Trevor Lance had the better receivers though. He got Deebo Samuels.
Yeah, Trey Lance. Hey, let's play this. Trey Lance did not know how to unlock them weapons, bro.
He didn't
play. I don't care what you tell me.
No, bro. It don't matter if he didn't play or not, man.
The weapons was on lock with Trey Lance.
Bro, your whole team was happy when Jimmy G came back.
As a Deebo Samuel fantasy owner, I can tell you for sure that he was on lock with Trey Lance.
Trey Lance got hurt ASAP.
Exactly, and the team started having a party.
And y'all was better expedition.
How many games did he play?
2.
Deebo had a combined 62 yards.
Deebo still hasn't been a good receiver this season, and that's
he's been much better though, bro. Since Jimmy G took over.
No, you're right. It's been a down year. It's been a little bit of a down year. They haven't been using him as Army knife.
He held out the whole offseason, right? I feel like he came into this season out of shape, overweight. He can't separate. He's always had a separation problem, but he used to be able to go up and make contested catches like A.J. Brown. Ayuk's the better receiver. He's always been. But Deebo is playing. I think we'll see Deebo better.
That always been talk, man.
I think Deebo will be better on the back end of the season. They're still. This is how you know, right? They're still using Deebo as a running back. Christian McCaffrey's back, and they're still handing the ball off to Deebo.
Because that man is electric, bro.
Yeah, but they're throwing the ball to Juan Jennings. You think?
Yeah. What the fuck? I thought that was the other Jennings. I'm like, what the fuck? Jennings came and revived his career out of nowhere. I'm like, what Jennings is this? Yeah, that's what I thought was playing. I'm like,
Greg Jennings, he thinking Rashad Jennings.
Yeah.
For the Giants, bum ass. That nigga trash.
Deebo, I don't think Deebo's back
Hold your mouth.
Receiver shape just yet.
Yeah, it takes some time. You got to play some of these players. You can tell they play themselves into shape, man. I've seen a couple guys do that on my team. It's kind of frustrating, and it's usually the guys that are getting big money. You know what I'm saying? It's never the hungry 500K ballers, man. It's always the 15 mil salaries. They ain't tripping.
Yeah.
But watch down the stretch. Watch Debo start to pop.
Yeah. I can see it.
Fellas, when is the trade deadline for fantasy football? This week, right?
Yeah,
Bro, the trade deadline just passed for the gas league, man.
Ah!
Me and Hansel were working on a blockbuster, and I went to try to accept the deal and push the final deal through, and he was like, "Bruh, trade
Extend
deadline's
it.
up." It hurt.
Nah,
Extend
bro.
it.
I
Extend
traded.
it.
Extend it.
Extend it.
I'm a people's commission.
I traded Terry and Drake London, and they combined for about 3-4 touchdowns for Alan Lazard and Josh and Hawkinson, TJ Hawkinson, and they gave me a big nothing. You know what I'm saying?
AT, you know what's funny about your team is that you had Christian Watson in the beginning of the season, and Christian Watson might have had one of the best Sundays of anybody, and now he's in-house, but on the other side of the house.
He's
He's
with
with Big Shirley now.
Oh, wait, hold on. That sound like insider trading to me, bro. That got to be investigated. Be investigated, bro.
Yes, she cooked your favorite meal, my boy. It was like, yo, baby, just drop him. He like, damn.
Hey, Big Shirley was like,
nah, but T dropped him a while
go ahead
ago.
and drop Christian Watson for me.
Remember,
I drafted
all rookie receivers and was like, one of these guys are gonna pop. Like one of these guys,
right, bro. But you waited. That's the thing I told you about fantasy, bro. Like a man can only take so much from one player. There's only so many zeros you could put up and all that. That's how I was talking to your brother, Bryce. I'll say, yeah, Cole Kmet. I had Cole Kmet on my hot list this year. I thought he was gonna break out, and then he had like so many zeros on the board for me before I could say, I gotta drop you on the waiver wire, bro. And then he just had 2 games back to back, 25 points, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna regret dropping Cole Kmet, aren't I, bro?
Yeah, I just picked him up in my big money league. He doing work.
I feel like this has been one of the more random fantasy years. Like you, from week to week, the guys that throw up big numbers, you're like the Cups and a couple of the guys at the top. The Justin Jeffersons, they're gonna do their thing. But after the elites, man, you just don't know who's gonna go from week to week, man.
Real. Yeah.
Can anybody tell me if Cooper Kupp is gonna play from here on out? Or what is going on with that high sprain?
He's IR, baby.
Whenever it's a high ankle sprain, it's never good. Yeah. Whenever I hear high ankle sprain, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you still could be able to trade, try to trade for what's my boy from the Bengals? What the fuck is the receiver that got hurt?
Oh yeah,
Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
If you could trade for Jamar Chase, is one of those guys you should try to trade for. Buy low. Him and Jonathan Taylor, because Jonathan Taylor just had a good game, so I think he's able to buy low for Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, good point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, those guys. I tried to actually buy low on Jamar Chase, but most people that own him are not selling Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
I did a lot to try to pry Jamar Chase away from a couple of teams. But, hey, man, so we're talking about competition. We just talked about fantasy football a little bit. Let's get into the last competition we all partake in together, man. Mine is G. Sorry, G. I don't know how you missed it.
T.
The one time you didn't check your email, G. But,
I swear T didn't send me nothing. He knows I'm a gambler. He knows I'm a gambler. He knows I don't mind.
The way you love emails, G, it's like it's crazy that you didn't get the email, man.
I swear that man didn't send me that email. Look, he's not even gonna deny it. Did you send me the email, sir? Kind sir.
Yes.
Bullshit.
Multiple times. In fact, I don't even. Weren't you in the league last year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you should have already been
the same email thread.
Yeah.
No, all my other leagues, I got to go back in them in Yahoo, and this one, I'm like, I go to check it. I'm like, I guess I'm not invited. And I'm like, can I come back? Can I join y'all now? Am I able to join y'all and bust y'all ass?
You would be so far back, you would have no chance of.
Listen.
You would literally have no chance, bro. We would all have to not pick, and we would still beat you.
I mean, he pick week to week just to see how he do.
But Scruff was your man. Scruff was in the group chat pounding his chest like King Kong because he was up early. Your man Scruff Scruff's always up early, bro.
The 1 o'clock games is my shit, bro.
And Kirk Cousin, my man, the Kirk Cousin of 1 o'clock picks.
Yo, Scruff kills the early window, bro. But the late window be kicking his ass. Your man be right back to reality with the late window of games, and then all is righted. But the pick'em is getting down. It's getting down to it. Scruff and Tia are tied now. I think they both kind of like 2 or 3 points away from Rome. But that
Right
battle
now,
for second,
yeah, right
for
now.
second place is heating up.
Right
He
now,
said second place.
Me and T are tied for third or last with 47%. 68 for 78 on picks for the year. Rome is 70 and 76. So we're 2 games back from Rome. And Bryce is 77 and 69.
That boy, hey, the good mister be delivering, man.
Hey, we know what I'm saying? I'm only 9 games behind you, man.
You need me to drop a game every week.
I was about to say.
Man.
That's what T said. Yo, we gotta wait for Bryce to have an off week. He gotta get by 3. I ain't counting on that shit, bro. I'm gonna take 1 from you every week, bro. That's all I need, bro.
Yo, T was like, yo, it's gonna happen, bro. I know it's gonna happen. I'm like, hey, look at your man try.
You can't
look
see
at your
it,
man
but-
try to speak against the good mister. Come on, hey, you don't speak against the good mister, sir.
I mean, if Scruff would just believe, it would definitely happen. But
Nah, but we did have it last week. Last week was the week, bro. But we all was on some bullshit last week, bro.
yeah,
We was. I thought y'all was gonna get me. I was worried. Yeah, I realized these last 2 weeks why they were such weak ass weeks for me, yo. I can't tell y'all why, because y'all gonna steal my strategy. But I'd be surprised if this is a week week for me, bro. I'd be surprised. We'll see though. We'll see. I just got to get 5 or 6. As long as I secure 5 or 6.
Technically, bro, according to the statistics here, your average points is 7. So you had 7 this week. This is actually an average week for you.
Yeah, I just got to hit my average, man. I got to hit my average week after week, and then.
See, but my average is 6.
Go ahead and hit that average. Rest of the season, my boy.
I hit 8. Now I'm going. My goal is to be above.
Fellas, can we make a crazy parlay, 10-team parlay, just for the one time? Just trying to hit one time.
I'm with it, man. I'm with it.
Put
Y'all
up-
all want to play the same parlay and see if we all become millionaires on the same night?
That's all I'm saying, fellas. Can we all just put our egos to the side and just one time? Just one time?
We got to pick
One
like
time?
there's got to be a couple. It's never gonna happen, but you just gotta have like really like. In my opinion, when you're doing the parlays, like you gotta just have like those 1 or 2, 3, 4 games where you really feel good about them joints.
Bro,
But
everybody's
who's
gotta
here?
study
Who's
the
here?
hell out of like 3 games and come up with like, cause can't some of the apps you can kind of like parlay different props too, right?
Yeah.
So like, if everybody just studies like 3 games, all 4 of us study 3 games, everyone gets 3 different games they got to study, and you come away with 1 bet from each of those games that you're sure of, no matter if it's a point spread, if it's a fucking prop, if it's a random over under, bro, just come away with 1 bet after you study this game that you're sure of. If we all come with 3, bro, that's a 9 leg, or that's 12 legs right there, bro. We could, we can win something, man. I believe
15.
in y'all's knowledge.
15 in Rome.
If we had Rome, yeah.
Listen, fellas, I just want to hit one time. It's about to be Christmas, man. I gotta feed these kids, man. I gotta feed my kids, man. I ain't got no kids, ladies and gentlemen, but I gotta feed somebody's kids, goddammit. I just want to hit one time. I want to be on Instagram. Y'all see them 25 cents to like over 20,000 or like 100,000, like off a $10 bet. I just want to be that one person. Also, I'll come back on the show. I just want to do it one time. That's all I'm asking.
Bro, me too, bro. I want to know what that feels like. What a good time, bro. I've had some decent come ups in the casino, like but never anything like 10 bands, 20 bands, 30 bands. I never came up like that. I done came up a couple grand, bro, but never nothing where I'm leaving and I'm like cheesing ear to ear, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I need one good come up like that.
Bro. I do know.
I need one good gambling come up like that in my life. Bro.
I had the John on the Golden State where I had the risk-free bet with the ad, double your money and all that shit. I put like $500-$600 in the sports book on Golden State and ended up with like $1,700-$1,800 because I put all the hella prop bets. I put hella shit on that jump. That was the best win I ever had. Was that Golden State championship last year.
That's nice, man. That's nice. I need one of those.
G almost hit one time, bro. He had this parlay. It was like a 8 to 10 leg parlay, and he had like 7 out of 8 already lined, bro. And he only missed that joint by like a rebound or two.
That's fucked up, bro.
That nigga was yelling at the TV like, Jason Tatum.
That shit. Oh my god, yes, it was Jason Tatum bro. Oh my god, you just reminded me. It was Jason Tatum's for 7 rebounds. 7 rebounds. 7 rebounds. He's been averaging that whole series 9 or 8, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy the point because I don't think he could get 8. Oh my god, he gets to 6 at the third quarter. I'm like, yo, Nick, I got this.
Well,
Nick looks at me.
He paid like a $10, $20 parlay, and that shit could have paid off all my student loans.
And it was over 1 rebound from Jason Tatum. I would have been
one
sick,
rebound
bro.
type shit. He was that close.
Oh
bro.
my gosh, bro! I would have. Yeah, I feel bad for you, G. I'm sorry.
Yo,
about
y'all
that,
don't
bro.
understand. Jason Tatum was averaging 8 rebounds that whole series, and it was just like, yo, I don't think he's gonna get 8, so let me buy the 7. And even he gets to 6 on the third quarter, and me and Nick are looking at each other. He's like, yo, bro. I'm like, yo, Nick, we're about to go drive up to MetLife Stadium because that's where FanDuel's at. And mind you, at the time, Nick was living over there by Hamilton. I'm like, Nick, I don't give a fuck if it's a fucking 2-hour drive. Mind you, I had work the next morning. So I'm like, bro, I'm about to call out, and I'm gonna blow some of this shit. We're gonna have a good time, my boy. Bro, with 3 minutes left on the clock, he was not getting the rebounds. He was not getting the rebounds.
He was not. He certainly was not. He certainly was not getting the rebounds, my boy.
That nigga wasn't even trying to go for them shits, bro.
He just stopped. He just stopped in the fourth quarter. He just stopped. I'm like, what?
Stop
That
crashing
nigga was trying to
boards.
hit the brakes, bro. He was trying to run the brake. I'm like, bro, you got
Man,
crashed
stop crashing boards, bro. That's some 2K shit for
Niggas had
real.
the sliders on the wrong side. I'm like, no, bro, we got to crash the board.
Yeah, bro. I know G was hurt. Oh,
Yeah, so y'all don't know how. Yo, it was like
Closest I've ever seen anybody, bro. Like,
it was like the most crazy shit because I sat down with Nick that day. I'm like, yo, Nick, I'm feeling real basketball today. Mind you, I watch NBA games, but I don't study them like that. But today was just that one day I just sat down. I'm like, yo, let me look at everything. Let me study for a whole 3 hours. I'm seeing players and how they've been playing for the last 3 games, the last 6 games. I'm looking at rebound stats. I'm looking at everything. Everything you could possibly write down and jot down. And I come up with the 8 best things that are luckily to happen. And I'm like, yo, Nick, this shit gonna hit. Nick looked at me. He was like, I guess. I even had the Knicks on that ticket, I think. The Knicks. I had the Knicks on that fucking ticket.
You in your bag, bro.
Bro, and the Knicks hit. Everything in the Knicks hit. It was just that last Jason Tatum shit. Oh, man.
Hey, G, don't worry, man. The playoffs are coming back around. We'll always be able to put in another parlay. Hey, but I like where that conversation went, man. We had a random little gambling conversation, a little organic one. I like it. Shout out to Maryland voters for legalizing sports gambling not too long ago, and finally it's here. So hopefully you guys gonna be on that FanDuel Sportsbook app pretty soon.
And meet a bunch of semi-degenerates like me.
Facts, same here. I'm trying not to get too addicted. But hey, good show tonight, fellas. As always, man. You know, we had some good laughs tonight. I want to see what people think in those comments, especially about that Josh Allen conversation and that Kirk Cousins conversation, man. So make sure y'all chime in the comments section under the video. Y'all know where y'all can find us everywhere at Good Ass Sports on all the social medias, Gas Sports Network, everywhere else. Man, y'all know how we end each and every show, fellas. Sports for the culture.